Keep going, read.
Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods.
You see that? So the Bible says we want to going to get scattered through all the four corners of the earth, and we're going to learn other God. And guess what? This right here is another God. We learned this, and guess what? The Christian churches teach this right now today to our people.
Right.
We still in the wilderness going in circles, not knowing that, guess what? We got a God who looks like us, and it's described in the Bible that he looks like us. And it's something that we must do in order to get our God to know who the children of Israel is. Deuteronomy shows us and identify who we are. What? By the curses of what's happened to us. And it's prophesied all through Deuteronomy who we are today. Get Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. Y'all listen up.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
It says to do all his commandments. Read.
And his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
All these who?
All these curses.
It said all these curses. Now let me ask y'all something. Is curses a good thing or a bad thing?
Could be both.
It could. You say it could be both. Okay. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you that. Watch this. What you say? Okay. What you say? Watch this. Read.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
The Bible said, cursed shall we be in the city. Now you can go all across the world in the slums of the ghetto. Who sits in the city? And who's at the lowest? Who is it? Who? Who says it? Don't be scared to say it. It's us, right? What you say? What you say? Read.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So it says, cursed shall we be in the city, and cursed shall we be in the field. When was we cursed in the field? Doing when? Slavery. What happened? What did we have to do? Look at the pictures. Come look at the pictures. What we had to do? We had to what? Pick cotton, sugar cane, all these different things. The Bible prophesied that we would be cursed in the cities and cursed in the field. That's prophesied in the Bible. That happened to us. It's identifying who the children of Israel are right now in the last days. Keep going, read.
Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods.
You see that? So the Bible says we want to going to get scattered through all the four corners of the earth, and we're going to learn other God. And guess what? This right here is another God. We learned this, and guess what? The Christian churches teach this right now today to our people.
Right.
We still in the wilderness going in circles, not knowing that, guess what? We got a God who looks like us, and it's described in the Bible that he looks like us. And it's something that we must do in order to get our God to know who the children of Israel is. Read.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Our forefathers never knew of a white God. But today, for somehow, we think God is a white man. Read.
Even wood and stone.
Even who?
Wood and stone.
Even wood? What's the wood represent? What do the wood represent? What do the churches have sitting in the front? A who? Cross. And guess what? That's the most filthiest religion is the Christianity religion. And the cross represents what? The wood. Read.
Even wood and stone.
What is the stone? No, what is the stone? What represents the stones? What we have a lot of our people in what religion? Islam. That represents the stone. Because guess what? You go to Mecca, they got a big cobblestone, and they go march around it. Our people fill up those two religions Christianity and Islam. We cover those things. But the Bible said, guess what? Our forefathers never knew those religions. Read.
And among these?
Read, yeah.
And among these nations shall thou find no ease.
Say, among these nations, guess what? You can go to America, you can go Europe, you can go all over. Our people will find no ease. We're going to always have what? The foot on our neck. We're going to always have to work what? From sun up to sundown, paycheck to paycheck. We ain't going to have no ease. A cop pulled behind us, guess what? We at ease. Because the Bible describes these curses is going to be on our people. Read.
And among these nations shall thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest.
We ain't going to never have rest, brothers and sisters. We're going to always have to work. We're going to always have to do these things. Because the Bible described us what? As the curses on our people. Read through 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
And the what?
Into Egypt again with ships.
He say, and the Lord shall bring us into who? Egypt. Egypt. Look on back of your dollar bills. Guess what that represents? It show you. If you look on back of a dollar bill, guess what? It has the Egypt. It has the pyramid. Showed you that what? We're going to come back into Egypt. What is Egypt? Let's show them what Egypt is. Egypt is synonymous to something. Egypt is synonymous to what? We're going to read it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the house of bondage.
So what is Egypt? What is it synonymous to? It just said it. Who? Bondage. Bondage. That's what it's going to. Read it again. 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Into slavery again.
With ships.
With who?
With ships.
This time, brothers and sisters, guess what? We're going to go to what? Egypt again with cargo slave ships. The Bible prophesied what would happen to us today.
Shalom Israel, this is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Why did we all be in these conditions? Why did we go to what? Slavery on ships? Because we broke the commandments of God. That's what it's all about. We broke our Father's commandments. And guess what we're trying to do to our brothers and sisters today? Give me Baruch 2 and 30. Guess what we're trying to do today? We're trying to bring you back into who you are. Back into the covenant that we broken. Read that.
2 and 30. The book of Baruch, chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
We are a very stiff-necked people. The Bible said, hey, I knew they weren't going to hear me. I knew they weren't going to listen, but they are very stiff-necked, stubborn. Read.
But in the land of their captivities,
in the land of their captivities, in the land that we was brought over on cargo slave ship, read.
They shall remember themselves.
And that's what we're compelling you to do, to remember yourself and come back to the commandments of God. That's what we're doing, showing you that it's prophesied who we are today, that we must be doing something. We must come back to who we are. We are a great people once we keep the laws of God.
Right.
This is our wisdom. I'm going to show you that. Deuteronomy 4 and 4. I'm going to show you. This is the wisdom in the sight of the other nations that we must be keeping. We must be keeping the commandments of God in the last days. Read.
This is a book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
The sight of the nations. Guess what? Right now, if you look at our people, guess what? We are a shaking of the head. Everywhere we go, we killing each other, we robbing from each other.
Right.
Guess what? They don't go in River Oaks and the woodland stealing. Guess what? We steal amongst our own selves. That's what we do. We we do it amongst ourselves.
Right.
It's an evil act amongst our people.
Right.
And the Bible is prophesying, guess what? It's the curses. Why? Because we refuse to hearken. We refuse to listen to what? To God's word. You can't physically hug God, guess what? But you can do what he say. That's listening to God. That's doing his commandment. That's doing his will.
That's right.
Keep read it again. Yeah, 5.
Verse 5, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God command me, that ye shall do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding. And
jump to 4 and 1. Watch this. So it says, this is our wisdom and understanding. Baruch 4 and 1. Because this is what's going to keep us alive. The Bible is our history book, as the officer was bringing out earlier. It's our history book to our people, to show them, to put them back on the right track. And that's our mission, is to show our people who they are, what laws they supposed to be doing, and how to serve their God. Because we're not serving our God today. We are serving what? Other God, another doctrine, which is not of us.
Right.
Read that.
this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
Bring it on.
This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life.
Say, all that keep it shall come to life. What?
But, as you were, for all that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
Such that leave it shall die. So let me ask y'all something. Do y'all know what today is? What is today?
Sabbath.
It's the who?
Sabbath.
What? Do you agree with that?
Sword.
You sort of agree.
Yeah.
You agree? Okay, all praise it. Well, we're going to show you the Sabbath day. And what do you supposed to do on the Sabbath day? Do you know? What do the Israelite man and woman child supposed to be doing on the Sabbath day? We're going to show you. We're going to show you. Read it. 20. Yeah.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So it just said to remember the Sabbath day and to keep it holy. How do you keep it holy? Do you know? You know, you say they'll Sabbath. Okay, we're going to show you. That's what we're here for. We're here to show our people the right way to go. Thus saith the Lord. Read.
6 days shall thou labor.
Say 6 days shall you labor. That means if you got a job, you know you want to get your hustle on, you cut yard, whatever you do. You say you got 6 days to do that. You got 6 days to make your money. Read.
And do all thy work.
And to do all your work.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So the 7th day is the 7th. The 7th day is the Sabbath day of the Lord thy God. What you supposed to do? You supposed to not be working on the Sabbath day. Because guess what? When the Lord made the earth, guess what? He rested on that Sabbath day. He showed us the example what to do on this holy day. So if we have jobs, guess what we're supposed to do on the Sabbath day? Not work. That's the keeping of the commandment. That's a commandment from the Most High God. Guess what? We went through slavery behind that. That was one of the things why we went into slavery. Because we refused to listen to that law right there. You get what I'm saying, brother? Watch this. Keep reading.
Is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work.
Any work. Read.
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger.
Guess what? If you got anybody who work for you, you might be a business owner. Guess what? They don't supposed to be working either. You can say, hey, y'all off today. Today is the Lord's day. That's keeping the commandments. Read.
Right.
Nor thy stranger that is within the gates.
Anybody who in your facility, in your gate, in your house, guess what? The rule applies to them too.
Right.
You're supposed to put that law in order in your house. You get me? Read.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that is, as you were, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day.
What he did?
Rested the seventh day.
He rested the seventh day. And guess what? We supposed to follow that order as well. You get what I'm saying? You get that, brother? All right, let's show some more. Nehemiah. What else? How to keep the Sabbath day holy. Let's get some more laws of how to keep the Sabbath day holy. So we know we don't supposed to what? Work on the Sabbath day. Read that. It's something else as well. Watch this.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10, verse 31. And if the people of the land bring any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell.
To do who?
To sell. That we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
You see that? So guess what? That store, we don't supposed to be going over there buying.
Right.
We don't supposed to be selling to one another. They don't supposed to be selling to us. That's the laws of the God, of the Most High God that
Right.
we supposed to be obeying. Remember when we read Deuteronomy 28? We went through all those curses. Guess what? It shows signs of why we was in those conditions. Why did we go through slavery? Why did we get put on cargo slave ship? That's a law that we refuse to hearken to. And guess what? Look at us today. Look what's going on today. Now, as a race of people, we are destroyed. We are destroyed from what? From God's laws, no identity. All these things happen to us because we refuse to listen to that. We refuse to listen to our God and His holy day.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.